Imagine tuning your radio late at night, the only light in the room emanating from the dial. You slowly sweep across the frequencies, searching for a clear signal amidst the static and noise. Suddenly, you stumble upon a faint signal, barely audible beneath the atmospheric disturbances. It's weak, almost ghostly, but undeniably there. A voice, often flat and monotone, devoid of emotion or inflection, begins to emerge from the speaker. It starts reciting a string of numbers, seemingly random and without context. The voice drones on, each number distinct yet impersonal. 3, 8, 2, 0, 1, 9. It sounds like a scene ripped straight from a spy movie, a clandestine exchange in a world of secrets and intrigue, but this isn't fiction, it's real. These are number stations, and they exist in a shadowy world of espionage, operating just beyond the fringes of our awareness. They are a relic of the Cold War, a tool for secret communication, and a puzzle that continues to fascinate. Number stations are shortwave radio stations, broadcasting from undisclosed locations around the globe. They broadcast coded messages intended for specific recipients with the means to decode them. These messages are usually just strings of numbers, seemingly meaningless to the casual listener. Sometimes letters are included, adding another layer of complexity to the cryptic transmissions, or even snippets of music, brief melodies that serve as markers or identifiers within the coded message. They're often read in a specific order, following a predetermined protocol known only to the sender and receiver, sometimes repeating for hours on end, a relentless stream of coded information filling the airwaves. The purpose? Well, it's to communicate with intelligence officers, providing them with instructions, updates, or critical information. Operating undercover around the world, often in hostile or sensitive environments. The mystery of number stations lies in their anonymity, their operators shrouded in secrecy, and their origins deliberately obscured. No one officially claims them. Governments and intelligence agencies remain tight-lipped about their existence. Their origins are shrouded in secrecy, lost in the fog of geopolitical maneuvering and clandestine operations. The voices, often computer-generated, adding to the unsettling and impersonal nature of the broadcasts. Or spoken by trained operators, their voices carefully modulated to conceal any identifying characteristics. Offer no clues, leaving listeners to speculate about their purpose and origin. This air of mystery has fueled speculation and conspiracy theories for decades, captivating amateur sleuths and intelligence enthusiasts alike. But one thing is certain, number stations are a real-life testament to the world of espionage, a tangible link to a hidden world of secrets and covert operations, where secrets are transmitted through the airwaves, bypassing traditional channels and evading detection. Hidden in plain sight, a reminder that the world of espionage is often closer than we think. Number stations, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, have been around since World War I. Their existence spans over a century, marking them as a relic of old-school espionage. Their origins can be traced back to the very early days of the use of radio for military communication. As nations began to understand the power of wireless communication, the need for secure channels grew exponentially. Back then, messages were often sent in Morse code, a series of dots and dashes that could be easily intercepted but not as easily understood without training. As technology advanced, number stations adopted more sophisticated methods of encryption to protect their communications from prying ears. This included the use of complex ciphers and one-time pads. The primary purpose of number stations is to communicate with spies who often operate in hostile environments, diplomats stationed abroad, or military personnel stationed in foreign countries, often in remote or sensitive locations. These individuals are often operating undercover, gathering intelligence or carrying out covert operations, and need a secure way to receive instructions, updates, or transmit sensitive information without raising suspicion from local authorities or rival intelligence agencies. Only those with the right decryption key and the proper training can decode the messages hidden within the seemingly random sequences of numbers, letters, or even musical notes. This ensures that even if the enemy intercepts the broadcast, they can't understand its content, rendering the information useless to them. The use of number stations peaked during the Cold War, a period of intense geopolitical tension and espionage. Both the Soviet Union, with its vast network of spies, and the Western powers, including the United States and Great Britain, used them extensively to communicate with their assets behind enemy lines. The mysterious nature of these broadcasts, often consisting of monotone voices reading out strings of numbers, and the lack of official acknowledgement from any government only added to the intrigue and speculation surrounding them, fueling countless conspiracy theories. While many countries have scaled back their use of number stations in the digital age, Russia has remained a steadfast practitioner of this Cold War relic. In fact, Russia is believed to operate more number stations than any other country in the world. The persistence of number stations in Russia speaks to their effectiveness and reliability, even in an era dominated by satellites and the internet. These stations offer a level of security and anonymity that's hard to replicate with modern technology. What's even more intriguing is Russia's continued use of outdated technology to operate these stations. Reports suggest that some Russian number stations still rely on computers running Windows XP, an operating system that was officially retired by Microsoft in 2014. The use of outdated technology like Windows XP might seem like a security risk, but it actually offers some unexpected advantages in the world of espionage. Firstly, older systems like Windows XP are less reliant on the internet, making them less vulnerable to remote hacking and cyber attacks. This isolation makes them more difficult to track and intercept. Secondly, there's the element of familiarity. Russian intelligence agencies have been using Windows XP for decades. They know the system inside and out. This deep familiarity allows them to operate with confidence and efficiency. Finally, there's the issue of reliability. Windows XP, despite its age, has a reputation for stability. It's a known quantity, a workhorse that has proven its worth over time. In the high-stakes world of espionage, reliability is paramount. The use of old technology, it might seem counterintuitive in our rapidly advancing world. But sometimes, the tried-and-true methods offer advantages that modern systems simply can't match, especially for sensitive operations. When the stakes are high and secrecy is paramount, the choice of technology becomes a critical decision. And this isn't just limited to Russia. It's a global phenomenon. A quiet reliance on older systems that spans continents and agencies. Actually, many intelligence agencies around the world, from the Americas to Europe and beyond, recognize the inherent value of analog systems, often alongside their cutting-edge digital counterparts. This might seem surprising in our increasingly digital world where everything is connected and seemingly reliant on the latest software, but analog systems are often, surprisingly, less vulnerable to sophisticated cyber attacks. The very nature of their design makes them a harder target. They're also less prone to glitches, those unexpected software errors that can cripple modern systems. And outages, those frustrating moments when the digital world grinds to a halt. These are the kinds of disruptions that can plague more complex digital systems, especially during critical moments. In a world reliant on interconnected networks where a single point of failure can have cascading consequences, the simplicity and robustness of old tech offers a level of resilience that's hard to replicate. This can be a real strategic advantage, providing a reliable fallback when everything else fails. Beyond security, the familiarity that comes with using systems, like Windows XP for decades or even older operating systems, just can't be overstated. It's a deep understanding that translates to efficiency and confidence. Intelligence agencies have had plenty of time, often decades, to identify and address vulnerabilities, meticulously patching and hardening these systems over years of use. This extensive testing and refinement means they're confident in their security, perhaps even more so than with newer, less battle-tested technologies. While the rest of the world is clamoring for the latest gadgets and software updates, constantly upgrading and adapting, intelligence agencies often find comfort, a sense of security, in the familiar hum of outdated technology, the whirring of fans and the glow of vacuum tubes. It's a testament to the enduring allure of simplicity, security, and reliability, qualities that remain valuable regardless of technological advancements. Especially in the face of ever-evolving digital threats. It's a reminder that sometimes, the best solutions are the ones that have stood the test of time. While Russia might be the most prolific user of number stations, it's definitely not alone. Numerous countries around the world, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Israel, and China, are believed to operate their own number stations. The global prevalence of number stations really highlights their continued relevance in the world of espionage. Despite all the advances in technology, these stations offer a unique combination of security, range, and anonymity that is pretty hard to replicate. The methods and technologies used might vary from country to country, but the underlying principle remains the same: to transmit secret messages across borders without detection. One of the most famous and enigmatic number stations is UVB-76, also known as the Buzzer. This station, believed to be operated by Russia, has been broadcasting since the early 1980s. Its signature sound is a repetitive buzzing noise that occurs 25 times per minute, punctuated by occasional voice messages in Russian. The purpose of UVB-76 remains a mystery. Some speculate that it's part of a system for transmitting messages to Russian submarines. Others believe it's a dead-hand system designed to trigger a retaliatory strike in the event of a nuclear attack. Whatever its purpose, UVB-76 has captured the imagination of shortwave radio enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists alike. Its eerie transmissions, often heard late at night, serve as a reminder of the shadowy world of espionage that operates just below the surface of our everyday lives. As technology continues to evolve at a rapid pace, the future of number stations remains uncertain. Some experts believe that they will eventually be phased out, replaced by more sophisticated and secure methods of communication. However, others argue that number stations will continue to play a role in espionage, particularly in situations where absolute secrecy and anonymity are paramount. Their ability to transmit messages over long distances without relying on satellites or the internet makes them a valuable tool in a world where cyber warfare is becoming increasingly common. The persistence of number stations will likely depend on the evolving nature of espionage itself. If the need for covert communication persists, then these mysterious broadcasts may continue to echo across the airwaves for years to come. Russia's continued reliance on number stations, particularly those using outdated technology like Windows XP, really highlights its pragmatic approach to espionage. Rather than chasing after every new gadget or software update, Russia prioritizes systems that are reliable, secure, and familiar. This old-school approach might seem counterintuitive in the digital age, but it speaks to a deeper understanding of the nature of espionage. In a world where trust is a luxury and information is power, sometimes the most effective tools are the ones that have stood the test of time. The next time you hear a string of numbers on your shortwave radio, don't dismiss it as random noise. It could be a message from a world shrouded in secrecy, a relic of the Cold War that continues to operate in the shadows, a testament to the enduring power of old-school espionage in a modern world.